What's going on, guys? Jason again from Melton Tackle. We're going to go over some of the Penn International VISW lines here. One thing you could say about the international line is it's one of the oldest running lines of reels, and they don't touch them too often. They don't upgrade these a whole bunch. They don't redo them every 4 years because they're great the way they are. The other great thing about these is they're all made in America. Everything from the Penn International line is made in Philadelphia still. They don't put the made in USA on the reel anymore, but it's still on the box. But you just can't go wrong with these reels. What I got here is a 30 VISW. This guy puts out about 30 pounds of drag. One thing I really like about the Penn International reels is they've all got these super nice lever drag systems. And when I say super nice, it's dummy proof. You literally have going in, slightly into gear, it makes a click, and you can't force this into full or sunset without pressing in the button. And when you've got guys or friends, or you own a big boat and you're taking clients out fishing, that's a really key thing to make sure that people aren't just randomly breaking off fish. So I really like that they do that. We're gonna go into here what line class we suggest with the 30. Obviously, it's got 30 pounds of drag. You can put 30 pound on there. There's a million different ways to spool these. I got guys that chunk bait with these. You've got guys that do long range fishing with these, and they'll have 130 backing on them and some crazy heavy stuff depending upon whether it's structure fishing, what they're fishing. And to be honest with you, it's all kind of open to interpretation on a lot of that stuff, because you could fish a lot of different line classes on a lot of different reels. Just because it only puts out 30 pounds of drag doesn't mean you can't fish some other stuff, or you might be around structure, you might need some heavy line. That's purely for you to make that opinion on that one. But in most cases, we see a lot of guys fishing, you get 80 pound on here, you get 30 pound mono guys on here, we get a little like 50-50 braid mono push on these. But a great reel. It's actually pretty light. I know these look heavy and they're really sturdy reels, but it's actually pretty light for what you would think. I encourage you guys to come to the store. We always have them in the case. We're happy to open the case up for you and put these puppies in your hand. One of the things I really like about these 50s, aside from the same lever drag system that we showed you on the 30, is that clicker system on these. It's a fairly quiet reel without the clicker on, but if you're a trolling guy, or you've got a smaller reel set up, you're doing some stand-up marlin fishing, the clicker on this thing is so loud, even on a loud boat you can hear it. I get a lot of complaints from some of the other companies that we sell in here from guys that have tried trolling with some other stuff, and they're just like, when I'm in the bridge, I can't hear the clicker. Well, you will most definitely hear the clicker on this puppy. Again, it's still all the same thing that goes into the rest of these. You can kick it down a flight of stairs and go catch yourself a blue marlin on a smaller 50 like this. My days working in Puerto Vallarta, we would use 50s, and we'd kill 300 pound yellowfin on them. We'd kill a couple of blue marlin occasionally on the way from Tres Marias and back. You see some guys in the oil rigs fishing big yellowfin on heavy line on these, because they put out a good amount of drag and they can drag those fish out before they get in the structure. These are great reels for that. On the West Coast, we see a lot of guys fishing 130, 150 on them. They take about 700 to 900 yards of any of those variations, depending on the brand. You notice that everybody always asks like exactly what amount of line is going to fit on there, and the answer is, you never know until you spool it. Every brand is a little bit different. We got a good general ballpark of what goes on here, but you got tons of different brands out there, some of them better than others, and some of them rounder than others. So it all varies, but you're getting close to 700 to 900 yards, 130, 150 if you're looking at this for kite fishing. It's a great option for that kite fishing, guys. Don't go out there undergunned. We were fishing all day yesterday. We got 5 fish. They were all 150 to 200 pound fish, and if I didn't have a 50 on a couple of them, with some lesser experienced anglers, we would have lost a lot of line and a lot of heartbreaks. All right, guys, we're going to talk about the 80 now. A little bit different ball game. Most of you West Coast guys aren't really too interested in the 80s unless you're looking at grabbing it for some deep drop action down here. But the marlin guys on the East Coast, the Cabo guys, the Kona guys, your 80 and your 130 is your bread and butter. This reel will pack a wallop. It's 65 pounds of drag on it. You can pack this thing full of 200 pound. You could do a 50-50 or an 80-20 top shot on this thing. and end up with a bunch of 200 on there and a bunch of 100 or 130 top shot on there, whether it's Amelon or whatever line you're using, the Momoy. This is a great reel for that job. Because of its size, yeah, you think it would be pretty heavy, but it's actually relatively light for the size that it is. And most of the time, you're going to be putting this thing into play. You're going to harness up. You're going to be sitting in a chair. So most of the weight's resting on a plate, and you don't really have to worry about that. The main thing we really like is that handle too on these things. The handle is shit. It just fits in your hand super nice. And Penn redid that when they came back to this reel a couple years ago. I got big sausage fingers, so I tend to get blisters on just about any small knob handle that I touch, but this one I don't. And they kind of adopted this handle on some of the new Fathoms that you guys have seen too, but I really like these reels because of that, and they are so reliable. You know, a lot of people ask what the difference is when you're looking at, well, I could get a reel for 300 bucks, it does the same thing. Yeah, you're right, you can. But you're gonna replace that reel or be servicing that reel twice as much as you're gonna do on any of the international stuff. And yes, they're in the $600, $700, $800 plus price range, but I mean, when you're buying a car, you don't go buy something cheap just because it gets you to and from. You buy something a little bit nicer so that it lasts you a long time. It's an investment. You're investing your money into tackle. You know, we like to preach to do it the first time the right way. You cry once, you buy once, kind of a deal. But you cannot go wrong with the Penn International stuff. Any of this, from the VISXs to the VISWs, the one reel that we don't have here, it's not one of the wide versions, but it's a 70, great reel too. And these will do anything from your live baiting, your chunk baiting, your trolling lures, your kite fishing. It's a real do-all reel with good quality internal, and again, it's all made in Philadelphia, made in the USA. So, that tugs on the heartstrings of a lot of us, I guess. Alright guys, we're going to let you in on a little secret. We've spent a lot of time on our website making life as easy as possible for you guys to pick the outfits and combos best fit you. Right here I got a 50 VISW on one of our Kona 8100s. This is a killer option. Whether you're doing a little bit of trolling, you're doing some marlin fishing, you could even catch tuna on this guy too in stand-up gear. It's a real good do-all rod, and we make all of our rods in-house, made in the USA. AFCO guides, Winthrop guides, Fuji. We only build on the best components, and we have one of the most expert rod wrappers around on the West Coast helping us out in our rod shop. So take advantage of that. Our prices aren't anything crazy. We price this stuff because we want you guys to get good quality equipment at a good price. And we put them all on the website by category usually. So we'll have marlin fishing, we'll have the stuff for the West Coast bluefin fishing. If you're East Coast bluefin fishing, we got a combo for you. We even have a whole section on how to pick out some lures, your hooks, what we recommend for all that. We spent a lot of time on the website trying to make it as easy and seamless as possible. And even if you have questions after that, you can give any of us a call in here. You got Andrew and Corey upstairs, and they're answering phones all day. You got all of us in the retail store down here that can speak it and help you understand what you're buying, why you want to buy that, and why you don't want to buy something else, because you may be rebuying it in a couple months going, I bought the wrong stuff just because I didn't want to ask a question. We're in here, they pay me for you to ask questions, so please come in the store, ask questions, call Andrew, ask him questions. We've fished all around the world, we've done it a lot, and we can help you guys out, get the right gear for your stuff. And the combos on the Melton website is the best way to do that too. We put everything up there, break it down super simple, and you can't go wrong. If you have any questions, again, give us a call in the store. We'd love to help you. Thanks for watching, guys.